Next thing off the top here that I want to talk about briefly here is this, guys. So this coming weekend, the new Pixar film Onward is going to be opening up in theaters. But this past Saturday, just a couple days ago, across the country, they held a couple of special fan screenings for the movie. You can get tickets for and go to for a special advance thing, and a whole bunch of people went. I know my theater was completely packed. So Ann and I decided to sneak out there and go watch Onward. I put up a quick initial review, but just for those of you who missed it, here are my basic feelings on it. I'll expand on a little bit. First of all, one of the things I should mention, Rob, is that we talked about on the show that instead of a Pixar short film, they were going to show a Simpsons short film.
Right.
And it was based around the Maggie character. Delightful. It was seriously, it was one of the, I can't remember, it's not the best Simpsons thing ever, but I honestly can't remember the last time I enjoyed something Simpsons related as much as I liked this little short film. And I was worried because, you know, Pixar does such a great job with their short films. I was worried going into it that, it's just gonna be a Simpsons thing. And it starts with, you know, Disney welcomes the Simpsons, and then it goes into this little short film. But I'm telling you, I was smiling and giggling, and by the end of it, it was just, like I said, I used the word delightful. It was really, really charming. So you're going to like, I think most of you guys are going to like this little Simpsons short film they do anyway. But anyway, so they have this movie Onward. The basic gist of the movie is this, and we've known this for a while. It's set in a magical world where there's magic just isn't there anymore. Like, it's a magical world of elves and minotaurs and fairies and all that kind of stuff. But even in their world, magic passed away a long time ago because of modern conveniences. They feel like they didn't need magic anymore. Anyway, these two brothers, voiced by Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, they have grown up without their father, who passed away of an illness just before the Tom Holland character was born. So the Chris Pratt character, the big brother, he remembers his dad a little bit, but he was born. And then all of a sudden, the younger one, Tom Holland's character, turns 16. And for his 16th birthday, the mom, who's voiced by Julie Louis-Dreyfus, she comes out and says, your dad actually left you a birthday present to give to both of you once both of you were over the age of 16. And they open it up, and it's a magic staff. This is all stuff we've seen in previews and stuff like that, so I'm not giving anything away. And within it is a spell that will bring their dad back for one day so they can meet their dad. Something goes wrong, and the entire movie is about them going on this quest to be able to complete their spell so they can spend one last day with their dad. This is not, Rob, the best Pixar movie. It actually does start a little bit slow. I'm not going to put it in like the top 5 Pixar films. Like, it's not on the Up level. It's not on the first Incredibles level. But when you're talking about Pixar, that is a really high standard.
Yeah.
This is still an absolutely wonderful film. And it's funny. It's got a lot of laughs. Of course, it's Pixar. But, you know, my wife lost her dad just a couple years ago. I lost my father-in-law a couple years ago. And so my wife, she describes herself as ugly crying through the whole movie. And I'm sure anybody who's lost a parent is going to find, they find a way to touch on the emotion of it so beautifully while maintaining this magical, fun, and funny adventure that these brothers go on. And basically, the whole movie is an expression of a Dungeons and Dragons game. Now, when you see the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. But that also, because my wife's a dungeon master, so that also got my wife really excited, because the whole movie is basically a Dungeons and Dragons adventure, and you'll see how that plays into it when you go see the movie for yourself. But overall, I just thought it was great. The voice acting was wonderful. The way they incorporated different types of mythologies into it, and what would it look like if it were a practical world. It was, and you know, some things that you expect, like, oh, they've got a little pet dragon that acts like a pet dog. Okay, yeah, you expected that and all that kind of stuff. But it was so cute and so charming. And, you know, Anna and I were already talking about, we're going to buy our tickets to go see it again this weekend. I was totally wonderfully enjoyed it. Again, not a top 5 Pixar film by any stretch, Rob, but this met my expectations. This met my expectations for what I was hoping for from a movie like this. it meets my expectations. So I don't know. You didn't get a chance to see it this weekend, Rob, but like, where's your expectations for it right now?
Well, I'm just a huge fan of Pixar. Everything they've done has, I mean, to me, one of their lesser films is like Cars. And even Cars is wildly enjoyable. I went and saw Cars 3 with my young nephew, and I mean, he ate it up. And I just this movie, the whole milieu of it looks delightful to me. Obviously, what a great lead to a pairing of Chris Pratt and the Marvel Cinematic Universe reteamed for a Pixar movie. Everything about it to me looks delightful, and hearing what you said I'm excited. I can't wait.
So guys, listen, I do recommend checking it out. It's an awful lot of fun. And what about some of you? Listen, it was public screening, so maybe a bunch of you guys saw it as well. What did you think about Onward? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.